Throughout the many mega projects I've done in this world, I've caused a lot of destruction. But today I'm giving something back by building a giant farm for every type of crop in Minecraft. Let's start with the four most basic crops. Can I have these, please? Thank you. Now let's clear some space for the farm. To grow many plants, we need to sacrifice a few. You can't use redstone to plant crops in Minecraft, so we need to employ some manual labor. Obviously I won't be doing the job myself, but I think I've got some willing participants just out here. They'll be perfect for the job. I'm gonna need 5 villagers for every type of crop, so 20 total. I'm kind of regretting that I didn't build the farm closer to my villagers now. Villager train, choo choo! Now let's start actually building these farms so we can give the villagers some work. We're gonna need 4 9x9 areas of farmland for each crop type. Got to remember to get some water. And just pop it in the middle. Much better. Repeat, repeat. Lightmatica is acting up. What the hell? And repeat. This is going to be the wheat layer, so let's make the glass yellow for wheat. Now let's add some composters and lighting blocks. Now a little collection system and add the villagers. Get ready to do some work. Very good. 1 done, 3 to go. Next up is potatoes, which I'm making now using white glass for this one. It's looking beautiful. I want to make a central storage for all the farms, so let's dig out a little space behind here. Ladies and gentlemen, we got our first piece of wheat. Now let's finish the carrot and beetroot farm. And now it's time to do my favorite thing in Minecraft. Move the villagers. Get in the minecart. And out you go. Very good. I want this one to go to the middle. But he's not gonna do that, is he? No. And thank you for trampling my crops. Okay, now you go to the middle. Go on then. Come on. Bruh. There is no escape. No, you don't. This layer is a bit easier. In you go. Of course, I'm missing 1 villager and I need to transport one 1,000 blocks again. The day I'll never have to work with villagers again will be a most happy... A very happy one. Get back. We got all this in just the time it took to get the villagers sorted, though I don't know if it says more about the farm's speed or the time it took me to get the villagers. On to the next farm. I have a pretty pathetic sugarcane farm down here, so let's upgrade it. Sugarcane farms are really quite simple, so let's build the first module together. First we need some hoppers with mud on top. Mud is actually a bit shorter than normal blocks, which means that items can pass through into hoppers below. Now we need some water on the side so we can plant the sugarcane. And I've forgotten the sugarcane, perhaps the most important part of the farm. Now we need some pistons to break the sugarcane and some observers to detect when the sugarcane needs to be broken. And the last touch, a green frog light to match the lime glass and light up the farm. And that's 1 module done. I need to build 32 of these, so let's do that in a time lapse. Let's go. I I love when you finish a farm and it's already started giving drops. This one is also chugging away. The next farm is gonna be a flying machine powered bamboo farm. First thing we're gonna need to build is the collection system. First of all, we need a big platform with a bunch of rails for hopper minecarts. Now if we just place down some hopper minecarts and power this on, these should be able to pick up everything from this layer of dirt and deposit the items into these hoppers. It's time to build the flying machine. That's quite annoying. Which one is it? What? Why do hopper minecarts fall under the friendly creatures volume setting? That's weird. Anyway, flying machine. It should be really quite simple. We just need some sweepers. And at the opposite end, a little circuit to send the flying machine back. And finally, a little circuit to detect when the bamboo has grown. Let's test. And send the flying machine away. And that's basically the farm done. We just need to fill all of this up with bamboo. And finally, just a little wall so we don't lose any of the bamboo. Now let's give it a try. There we go. That looks so nice. And all the hoppers are already full. I love making farms way bigger than they need to be. And speaking of that, the next farm is gonna be a kelp farm. The only thing I'm gonna need for that is probably the kelp itself. Like all the other farms, the first step is the collection system. For this one I'm using cyan glass. It's gonna be so pretty with all the colors. Slight problem, I'm at the part where I need to build the redstone now. And I've run out of redstone. So let's go mining. I have to travel quite a bit away to find a cave I haven't actually explored yet. And there's my slime farm. Okay, that looks cool. Looks like a chunk glitch happened. This is a great cave. Not what I'm looking for, but I'll take it. Not a bad shift. Now I just need to craft it up into redstone components. Why are pistons so expensive? I'm building all of these random farms and what I really need is just a redstone farm. Oh well, let's get to it. The kelp farm design is basically the same as the sugarcane, just in water. And that's the final observer. All we got left to do now is to flood the farm. Alright, let's plant the kelp. Kelp actually turns flowing water into source blocks, so we can also use it to help get the water where we need it. Nice, seems like it's working. Let's pop a roof on this thing. I can't help myself. And that's 4 out of our 6 farms done. I've used up almost all my green dye making stained glass for this project. So next up we're gonna be building a cactus farm. I always forget that I actually have a tiny cactus farm in my base. So we're basically gonna be building this, but 10 times bigger. Let's use lime glass for this one to create a contrast with this and the bamboo farm. Even though cactus is probably more green than lime. Well, actually, it's not too bad. I think lime generally might be closer. Okay, so if we just place down some cactus here. Ow. With fences in the middle. So when these grow, they should break on the fence and fall to the bottom, where there's some water to flush it into the hoppers. Pretty simple, now we just gotta repeat it. So let's do that in a time lapse. This farm is gonna give me way more cactus than I'm ever gonna need. And for the last farm, we're going to be raising the stupidity another level. What's the highest amount of cocoa beans you could ever need? Well, I'm gonna be building this farm by I Hate Falling Blocks that gives 120,000 an hour. You know a farm is crazy when some of the materials you need is a wither skeleton skull and cake. I have a feeling this farm is gonna take my full concentration, so let me get it built and then I'll try my best to explain it. That was a struggle to build. Now let me try and explain this monstrosity. So up here we've got the shulker box unloader. We place our full shulker box of bone blocks in here and then it unloads it into this auto crafter, which crafts this into bone meal, and this thing uses 140,000 bone meal an hour. You heard me right. This is my current bone meal farm, which gives about 10,000 an hour, so upgrading this might have to be the next project. Okay, let's try turning it on. And as you can hear, it's pretty loud. You see the bone meal running into the hoppers. Now with some cocoa beans, we got to go in here. We can start placing. Let's try with a little less particles. Wonderful. We've got 10 dispensers using bone meal every game tick. And beneath, a hopper minecart to collect all the drops and transport it into the storage system. Okay, let's turn it off again. Finally, silence. And this was just from a few minutes of running the farm. That's probably more cocoa beans than I'll ever need in this world. The 6 farms we've built in today's video produces a massive amount of items, so we're gonna need a great storage room. So I'm gonna need a lot of hoppers. I haven't exactly made it easy for myself to connect up all of these farms. I'll just clear a little area for some chests here. I reckon that'll work. I really hope this will be enough chests. So here we've got the cactus storage, the kelp storage, the bamboo storage, the sugarcane which is pouring in as you can see, and this is going to be the storage for the crops, and about time as well. All of these chests are absolutely filled to the brim. That is looking pretty sweet. I really like the window so you can actually see the villagers working. I've also added a little nether portal, or I guess a big nether portal for fast travel. And obviously there's also a normal exit here. I think as a little last touch of color, let's add some cherry leaves to spice it up a bit. That looks great. I really like the particles flowing down. Now the last thing we have to do is just a bit of cleanup. You can't call a project finished before you do this. And with that done, I really hope you all enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one.